Hi, this is Lester Morris, the Roto Magician, and here's our menu for today. Smorgasbord, Swedish meatballs, sill salad, and SCANDI-FISKE casserole. A real Norwegian or Swedish type dinner. It really is great. We have quite a wonderful meal and a lengthy meal here to show you, so we're going to get right to it. Now, first of all, here is our, well, actually, it's just a sampling of a real smorgasbord. Now, what we have here is red cabbage, deviled eggs, potato salad, pickled beets, coleslaw, and some chopped herring. We're also using a wonderful Swedish dark bread, slices of that, and, of course, the very, very wonderful cheese, the Gouda cheese. And we're going to show you how you prepare a smorgasbord yourself. Now, let's take our plate. Now, of course, you know, most people, when they go to a smorgasbord restaurant for the very first time, they sort of fill themselves up on all of this. But, you know, I'd like to give you a little tip, if I may. As a matter of fact, I found this out from true experience. Sort of sample everything, but just a little bit of each. If you'll do that, you'll have, well, room for the main course, because actually, the smorgasbord is not the main course. So let me give you an idea of how we set out a smorgasbord. Now, first, the important thing, as I said, is to sample a little bit of each. Now, we're going to start off here with some of the chopped herring, which will be our fish, just a little bit of that. And, of course, we're going to take and add to that a little coleslaw. Of course, if you like one thing a little bit more than the other, well, that's quite all right to do that. Now, here is our pickled beets. You can pickle them yourselves with leftover beets, some cloves, and some sliced onions, vinegar, oil, sugar, salt, and pepper. Then to that, let's take a little potato salad, a little fattening, so we won't use too much of that. There's our potato salad. We'll take one of the deviled eggs. Now, of course, as I said, this is just a sampling of some of the things, of the many things that you can use in a smorgasbord. There's our pickled red cabbage, and that's really very, very good. Now, we're going to add to that some of this wonderful Gouda cheese. Now, you can use Swiss cheese. You can also use slices of ham, Swedish meatballs, if you like, little individual sweet and sour meatballs. And, of course, let's take a slice of the dark Swedish bread. That's very, very good. Now, there is what we call an ideal smorgasbord plate. That's what you're going to start with. That's our starter. Now let's continue right along with our salad. Now, the salad we're going to make, we're going to use some of the red cabbage, so let's take and put that off here to the side. Now, in the salad, which we call a sill salad, use the red cabbage, celery, and green peppers. Now, that is the basic ingredients, but what goes over the salad is the important thing. You see, you can serve this salad either hot or cold. Now, first of all, we're going to take our glass pot here, and we're going to take all of the red cabbage. Actually, this is about one medium-sized head of red cabbage. Now, we're going to add to that some green peppers, finely diced, and we're going to also add some celery with the celery tops. This is what we call a sill salad. Now, the flavoring that goes into this, that's the important thing. We'll put that in as soon as we blend all of this together. There it is, thoroughly mixed. We're going to heat ours. As a matter of fact, I said you can serve it hot or cold. Now, first of all, we're going to take a lemon, a half a lemon should do, and take the juice of the half a lemon. Here's something clever. Always stick a fork in there, if you will, and in that way it won't squirt all over the place. There's the juice of one lemon, and honey. Oh boy, honey is going to make this really extra fine tasting. We'll take 2 tablespoons. There's 1, and there is 2 nice heaping tablespoons of honey, and we'll blend the honey right into the salad. This is the famous Swedish sill salad, spelled S-I-L-L. Now, in making these Swedish meatballs, what we've done here is, first of all, taking 1 pound of ground beef, and to that, we're going to add a 1/4 pound of pork, ground pork. Now, there are your meat ingredients for the meatballs. Let's sort of just blend the beef together with the pork. Now, after blending your beef and pork together, we're going to add to that 2 eggs. First one, and of course then the other. Now you blend the egg along with your beef and pork. Now, in seasoning this, well, that's a secret which we're going to get to in just a little while. Now, of course, you can see that is quite loose. So we'll add to that a couple of pieces of bread that we've soaked in milk. See that? There's our bread and milk. Now we have bread and beef and pork, And we're going to add, along with that, some onion. Let's take an onion here. By the way, here's a little tip for you ladies. If the reaction to onions is crying for you, I'd suggest that you peel and slice or dice your onions under running water. If you'll do that, you'll never shed another tear, so help me, when it comes to onions. Now there's our onion and our beef, and we're going to blend all this together and add our seasoning. Now, here, let's just take a little pepper, and the secret of it all, some ginger, about a full teaspoon of ginger. And boy, oh boy, that's really good. There goes our bell, the automatic timer. It shut itself off. You don't have to go to it. It'll stay nice and warm till you're ready to serve it. We're going to take it out in just a second, but right now we're going to show you how to make these wonderful Swedish meatballs, or if you like, you can make wonderful spicy hamburgers with it. Now, we're using this time the wire grill cage. We use this for hamburgers, steaks, chops, frankfurters, and lobster tails. Remember, you also have another type of barbecue spit. That's this one for your roast beef, for your shish kebabs, spare ribs, chicken, or turkey. But this is the one we're going to use. Let's make just a few of these wonderful hamburger patties. Now, don't make them too large. That's the size you're going to make. We're going to put up about a half a dozen of them this time. This is the meatballs all set to go in. Now, you have two little catches here, and make sure that these are locked so it doesn't slip out, of course. There's one, then the other. There it is, all set to go. Let's take this out. Here we are. Slide-o-matic door, which is part of the machine. It doesn't hang down, it doesn't come off, it slides right out underneath. And here we have real wonderful Swedish meatballs, and they are good. You can see they're really well done. Charcoal broiled on the outside and nice and pink and juicy in the center. Yes, sirree. Now, we have our tomatoes, too. Let's take those out while we're at it. We broiled the tomatoes with some grated sharp cheese over the top, and you can use this as sort of a side dish along with your hamburgers. All set. Now, we're going to put that off to the side here, and while we do, we're going to make our wonderful casserole. That's the next thing, and that casserole is what we call a SCANDI-FISKE casserole, short for Scandinavian and fish. Now, here we are. I always like to keep a nice, neat kitchen. That's one thing they taught me in the Army, is keep the kitchen clean. The less pots and pans you use, the less you have to wash. So we're just going to try to keep everything down to a minimum. Now, here's what we're going to make the casserole with. First of all, we have some small canned potatoes. That's right, we're using canned potatoes, and they're very, very good because they do save you time, they save you money, and they're the right size, too. Here's the casserole already finished, by the way. This is a SCANDI-FISKE casserole that we are heating on our baker tray. We'll tell you more about in just a little while, and we'll show you how we make this. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some cream of mushroom soup, and we'll pour that right over the top of the potato, as you see here. After the cream of mushroom, take some peas, sweet garden peas. There we are, just to sort of make a little top layer. And the next important thing is the fish. You can use flaked white fish, codfish. As a matter of fact, you can even use tuna fish if you like. That also makes a marvelous casserole. There's our tuna fish over the top. And now, for a little decoration and garnish, first just scatter a few green peppers and a little celery, too, with the leaves and all. Now, to give it a sort of a glossy finish, we're going to take some grated cheese right over the top, which will put a nice crust on it. And there we are, a little parsley, grated parsley, fresh parsley you can use also if you like, and just a dash of paprika for color. Now, if you like, you can use fresh mushrooms as a garnish or decoration. They put a couple of those on the top, and there's our casserole all set to go.